Hey everybody, welcome to GMG, where we talk about simple life topics and randomly give away $100 cash every month. I'm Kyle Spitzley, and this week we're going to talk about trials. But first, I want to announce last week's winner. Last week's video, Crank It Up, was a giveaway video, and we're giving away $100. Wow! The winner of that video is Kristen Haskin. Congratulations, Kristen. We'll be getting in touch with you, sending you $100. Thanks for leaving a comment. And so you know, everyone, this was a Facebook comment. So check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/getmoregot, where we also accept comments on our videos. So back to the message, trials. This week's message is based on the Bible verse of James, chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the man who is patient under trial and stands up under temptation. Obviously, this verse is telling us that if we go through trials and we stay strong and we have patience, we will be rewarded. We will be blessed. God takes us through trials, gets us through trials, because he knows that it will help us grow, help us mature. It's like when you have a kid who won't listen, a kid who is misbehaving, or a kid who just won't clean their room or take care of the dishes. You discipline the child to teach them a lesson, and that helps steer them on the right path so that when they get older, they understand that they have responsibility and things that they need to take care of. The same goes for God putting us through trials. He's trying to steer us away from the things that are apathetic, things that are steering us away from his will for us. And most parents, they don't go into their kid's room, make a mess, and then discipline the child for having a mess. Just like God doesn't come into your life and give you an illness or give you a trial so that he can teach you. Trials come because we are not in God's will. We're not in line with God's will. Trials come because we get ourselves into them, because the devil convinces us that that's the right thing to do. He deceives us and tricks us into thinking that we should be in that situation. And then God, how wonderful he is, uses that to our advantage and for a good thing. He ends up using those trials and those issues that we, out of our own ignorance and stupidity, get ourselves into, God uses for our benefit in the long run of our life, which is exactly what a good parent does with their children. Difficulties are a part of life, and if we pretend they're not, and we spend all of our energy trying to avoid them, we're just going to be disappointed, because difficulties are everywhere. Trials are everywhere. It's just a way of the world that we live in. And so stop wasting your energy trying to avoid them or go around them, and go through them, and trust in God to take you through them, because he'll teach you as you go along. You can't expect to build muscle if you don't work. If you don't work out or exercise. And you can't expect to learn patience if it's not tested, if you don't stand in a long line without whining and complaining. And there are all types of trials in the world today. There's marital problems, there's grief from loss of a family member, loneliness, job loss, financial distress, addiction, illness, discontentment, pain, envy, etc. But no matter what the trial is, we can get through it if we put our trust in God, if we rely on him for strength. But no matter what the trial is, we can get through it if we rely on God for our strength. And now on to today's current event. This week's current event is about Nicole Kelly, who was recently crowned as Miss Iowa. And now this might be a normal thing for a beautiful 23-year-old woman like Nicole, but she only has 1.5 arms, and most people would consider that a handicap. But Nicole, growing up, said that she would always deal with this adversity, with the people staring, with humor. She would make jokes, but she said over time she grew resilient, she grew stronger, and realized that she could do anything that a person with 2 full arms could do. So she tried baseball and diving, and now she's on stage where people stare at her arm all the time, and she makes a living out of it. So she's potentially going to be Miss America in the next pageant. But the short version of the story is that she changed her attitude, and she looked at it as something she could use to grow from, to learn from. And that's what we have to do with our trials. That's what we have to do when we go through issues and we have trouble in life. We need to look at it as the glass is half full. And now it's time for today's fun facts. And today's fun facts are about new technological inventions. Did you know that Volvo has come up with a new airbag that goes on the outside of your car? It goes under the front side of the hood so that when you hit a pedestrian, it saves the pedestrian. This airbag works between 12 and 30 miles per hour and deploys to soften the blow when you hit a pedestrian. The next fun fact is that the Uno is a one-wheeled motorcycle that accelerates by leaning forward and decelerates by leaning backwards. So this is kind of like a Segway, but it's more like a unicycle. And the last fun fact, Resilient Technologies, a Wisconsin-based company, has came up with a tire that cannot go flat. So they've totally taken away the idea of a tire being filled with air. They're now using a new technology. And this is basically like rubber, plastic, something fancy type of makeup, chemical stuff that, shaped like a honeycomb, is soft and absorbent and can't be flattened. Right now it's being used in the military and being tested out. And with that, we're on the question of the week. This week's question is, would you rather have one arm or one leg if you had to choose? Tell us down in the comments. Let us know which you would rather have and why. The reason that we're doing these videos is the kingdom assignment. We were given $100 and said, go out and do some work for God with this. And so we decided that we were going to do these videos and continue to give. So every month we randomly give away $100. All you have to do is be watching when it's a giveaway week. Leave a comment on the giveaway video that week before we post the next video, and you'll be in the drawing to win, just like Kristen won this week. And the whole purpose of that is to continue to give in God's name. That's our show for the week, folks. Thanks for spending the time with us. We always enjoy it. We hope you did too. Be sure to comment, like this video, hit subscribe so you know every time we post a new video, and share this video with your friends. You can check us out at youtube.com/getmoregod or at facebook.com/getmoregod. Have a great week. Go out and bless the world. God bless you all. Today's fun fact. Did you know that each year 4,000 people are injured by teapots? How does that even happen? I don't understand. Are there flying teapots? You get beat up by teapots? What are you doing, people? Leave the teapots alone. This week's question. You know, a lot of people see it as, well, I just get faith and I just have it. But that's not how it works. It's an exercise. It's just like going to the gym. You don't go to the gym one time and lose some weight and then be done and never go to the gym again. Just like you don't get faith and have faith and keep faith forever. You have to exercise it. You have to work your muscles. You know, work your faith muscles. You got to do that. And so on and so forth. Today's fun fact is about men in history. Did you know that high heels were originally invented for men, and that men were the first ones to wear jewelry? They wore it as a sign of victory in battle and to prove their status in society. The more rings I have, and the bigger my hoops are, the cooler I am. So guys, if you want to look cool, you want to have a big status in life, high heels and jewelry